What is going on, everybody? We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game NBA slate tonight, and I'm back to give you my best bet for each and every single one of these bad boys. Covering two different sportsbooks. We'll be talking Draftkings Sportsbook. We'll be talking FanDuel Sportsbook. Going to be starting this KJK DSB channel covering these two sportsbooks because they are legal in the most amount of states. They are the two most popular sportsbooks, so I think it will be able to help the most amount of you in the audience. Free to your feedback. If there's another sportsbook you'd really like to see me cover, feel free to leave it down below in the comments, just so you know the reasoning. These are the two most popular. These are the two that are legal in the most states. Therefore, I think I'll be able to help the most amount of people covering these two sports books. So we'll be talking price, we'll be talking what makes a good bet throughout this content. If you enjoy it, would be greatly appreciated if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. We got 3 different sponsors you can sign up for to support this content, as well as premium content. Better Picks guys, they're going to hook you up with a sweet deal, a $250 completely sweat-free bet when you sign up over there. For the KJK DFS side of things, if you have not seen me over there, that is my other channel, so check that out. The DFS, the Daily Fantasy Sports side of things, we also do have Underdog Fantasy. They'll hook you up with a sweet $1,000 deposit match over there. If you have not signed up, once again, I'll have my links down below, pinned as the top comment, and also Prize Picks, they'll hook you up. All 3 of these platforms, if you sign up using my promo code, you can be using my picks over on the KJK DFS side. It's a great way to show support, and I also do offer premium content at the time of recording. The only package I offer that's going to offer sportsbook bets is the Platinum member package. But if you are interested in me launching more packages for specifically, like I said, FanDuel, DraftKings Sportsbook, let me know. I can get those up and running as well. For the time being, I'm just starting from scratch here, taking your feedback, and running with it. So we'll go game by game, give you the best bet at the time of recording with the information we have. We got the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Detroit Pistons. Using my 5-star rating system that I use in my premium content throughout this content, guys, all this means is for a 4-star is a 1-unit play. That's your standard bet. That's if you typically someone that puts $10 per bet, $5 per bet, $100 per bet. It doesn't matter. You should have a standard bet size that is within your budget. That's not too much. The 4-star is that 1 unit. The 5-star is 2, so that would be that times 2. So if you usually bet 10, I give you permission to go ahead and bet 20. Then you got the 3, the 2, the 1, the 3, half of what you usually bet, the 2, a quarter of what you usually bet. 1-star, if we get some crazy fun bet that we want to be putting out where there's still value, there's always going to be good value on the bets that I promote, but it might be like crazy long shot odds. Might have an opportunity for some fun plays as well. So that's the rating system that I'm going to be using. And our first play is going to be the Keldon Johnson over 14.5 points. Now, this is brought to you by Outlier, guys. These are the tools that I'm using to find these plays every single day on these apps. So the data you're seeing brought up on the screen for this 1-star play is brought to you by Outlier. We're seeing plus 120 odds on DraftKings Sportsbook to be going ahead and taking this Keldon Johnson prop, where we're seeing a minus 101 to vig odds on multiple other sharp sportsbooks, such as a Pinnacle, such as a Bet Online, such as a FanDuel, etc., being brought in for these data sets. So we want to be going ahead and attacking the over 14.5 points for Keldon Johnson. Once again, brought to you by Outlier, guys. If you don't have this tool, you're going to see me talk about it a ton on the sports betting aspect, especially the Pro Plan, which I have. The Plus EV tool, phenomenal. And they'll give you 7 days completely free. Using my link down below. So take advantage of that offer. But you can see just a pure misprice. That's what we're going to be doing on this channel. Detroit defensively, 14th overall, giving up 113.1 points per game. Versus the small forward position specifically, they've been pretty solid, but Keldon Johnson does come off the bench. He can play the 3 and the 4, essentially. If we go over to that 4 position, they're actually 27th, giving up 24.4 points per game. And keep in mind, we do have some pending injury news of this one that could certainly help this prop for Keldon Johnson. Should Stephon Castle get ruled out, that'd be more minutes, more usage for a guy in Keldon Johnson. So I always try to give out bets where the injury news could break our way and make it an even better bet. At the time of recording, with the information we have, though, phenomenal price, phenomenal bet. The Keldon Johnson over 14.5 points located on DraftKings Sportsbook, guys. You can get it at plus 120. Phenomenal play to be locking in for this first game. Let's continue along here. Shout out to Outlier. We're going to be using this tool throughout the entire video, so you will get familiar with it. But the next game that I want to be discussing on the video today is going to be the Orlando Magic taking on the Charlotte Hornets. We'll talk about exactly what my favorite prop is in this one. We'll be talking Paolo Banchero. We'll be talking his over 5.5 assists located on FanDuel Sportsbook at a plus 142 price tag compared to all the way down to plus 124 once again on multiple books such as a Pinnacle, such as a Bet Online, The over 5.5 assists, we're looking at a really good price at that plus 142, which is exactly what we want. For those of you that are new to sports betting, guys, anytime I'm promoting a plus money play, you have a less likelihood of winning, but it pays out more. That's kind of how these odds work. So just know what you're getting yourself into. If you're someone that's looking for plays that are probably going to win at a higher rate, you probably only want to be taking plays that are a minus price tag. But also, just keep in mind, you're still getting good value no matter what, right? So your odds to win aren't quite as high, but it pays out more, and long term it weighs out. So if you're just a scaredy cat that never takes a plus money bet, such as the one on the screen at plus 142, long term it's going to come back to bite you. You're going to constantly be risking more than you're winning taking all minus money plays. So just keep in mind, all the plays that I'm promoting are profitable. They're mispriced at good lines. The plus 142 over 5.5 assists for Paolo Banchero will be the second one. We break down the matchup. He is a power forward overall. 23rd in the entire league is his opponent in the Charlotte Hornets at giving up assists to opposing power forwards, giving up 4.7 per game. So they're towards the bottom of the rankings in the entire NBA as far as assists allowed to his position. All of these things certainly don't hurt our feelings for this next play. The Paolo Banchero over 5.5 assists plus 142. I'm going to go ahead and give you the 1 unit play. Once again, I will reiterate, it's a plus money play, guys. You can see the results. There's a lot of red here. He hasn't surpassed this line. It's an alternative line with plus money, the over 5.5 assists. It's a bit of a more of a long shot. Just always know what you're investing in, what you're taking, but you're getting good value on this play at this line, as always on this channel. Continuing along here to the Golden State Warriors taking on the Miami Heat. Going to give you my best bet in this one. We've been talking multiple player props so far on the channel. We'll be talking lots of props. This one, though, hey, we got a little bit of a game line, not a player prop. What am I talking? I am talking the over 27.5 second quarter points for the Golden State Warriors team total. Very random. A perfect example of my approach and what you're going to be learning on this channel. It's all about finding bets that are mispriced, guys. A plus 107 line over on Draftkings Sportsbook compared to minus 105 on other sharp sportsbook, such as a FanDuel, such as a Pinnacle. A simple misprice. This should not be priced at plus 107, minus 105. It should be more of like a 50-50 odds to hit according to how this breaks down. Over 27.5 second quarter points seems so random. For those of you that are like, how did you get to that? It's a plus EV play. And keep in mind, all these books know all the things that you think you know, guys. So they know the rotations. They know who plays the most amount of minutes in the first quarter. And then when the Golden State Warriors switch their rotations in the second quarter and they bring in the bench, they know kind of like who the scorers are off the bench, for instance. All these things are factored into these sportsbooks odds. So, you might see Jonathan Kuminga come in the game in the second quarter and be on the floor. High quality scorer off the bench. You got Buddy Hield coming to the game, a 3-point shooter. They know all these things. They know the rotation. They know the defense. Maybe the Miami Heat defensive unit gets worse in the second quarter once they rest like a Tyler Hero if he plays the entire first quarter, right? Just some examples of kind of everything that goes into these odds, everything that these sports books know. And just be factoring in that it's a misprice, right? Okay, you're getting the plus 102 compared to these other books, mispricing it at the 27.5. So we want to be taking advantage of it. Over the last 10 games, they're hitting this at a 70% hit rate. That really doesn't matter to me too much. Like I say, I'm really looking at the price because the price is factoring in the opponent, the matchup, the number that it's set at, all that stuff. But the over 27.5 second quarter points for the Golden State Warriors is going to be the next play on the channel. Might seem very random to you if you're tuning in, but I explain the reasoning, right? All of these books, all of these odds makers factor in all these different things, the rotations, etc. We could be using these odds to find the very best bets on these sports books. So that certainly does make us happy. That will be our next play. And let's continue along here. What else is sticking out to us on the slate today? What other plays do we want to be looking at? We got the Dallas Mavericks taking on the New York Knicks. No Jalen Brunson, no Miles McBride. That's going to open up more opportunity for Mr. Cameron Payne, and we got a prop that looks phenomenal over on DraftKings Sportsbook tonight, brought to you once again by Outlier, guys. Plus 130, plus 124 on DraftKings Sportsbook specifically. It's plus 130 on Bet365, so excuse my mistake there, but if you do have Bet365, you can certainly be taking it over there. Plus 124 on DraftKings Sportsbook for Cameron Payne's over 2.5 3-pointers made, taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The point guard position Dallas Mavs have been good defensively, but keep in mind, once again, more minutes. Miles McBride will miss second straight game due to left groin contusion. His next chance to see the floor Wednesday. Both McBride and Brunson, Cameron Payne expected to start second straight game, with Tyler Kolek getting the bump off the bench. Last game he just started against Washington, he did clear this, knocking down three three-pointers. So hopefully he can keep that momentum today. And keep in mind, we're getting a great price for the bet, right? That's what it's all about. That's why we're going to the DraftKings Sportsbook on this one. The plus 135 odds at the over 2.5 three-pointers made does make us happy. That was actually the odds that I was seeing at the time of recording, the plus 135. Like I said, these odds are constantly changing. So we look at the live data right now, it's actually at plus 124, but it's still showing, solid stuff here as far as the DeVig odds, because it's at plus 111 on a lot of other books. So I still feel comfortable locking that in. Still a good play here. Ideally, you would have got it when I detected it at that plus 135 odds, but that's just how these books work. Still take it at the plus money. The over 2.5 three-pointers made for Cameron Payne. Let's continue along here. Next game on the slate, we got the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Houston Rockets. And this one, going to be my favorite one to promote on the channel today. Strictly from a hit rate aspect, for those of you that are learning sports betting, once again, I'm going to kind of try to lead you in the right direction. If you're looking for a play that is mispriced and has a high likelihood to hit, this is going to be the one. This is going to be one that I'm promoting for 2 units for you today, and we'll talk exactly why. Caris LeVert over 1.5 three-pointers made. This is going to be my favorite play on the entire video, guys, because of the pricing, because of the injury situation. Keith Wallace dealing with an AC joint sprain in his right shoulder day-to-day. 2 players absent should have impact on the rotation. More playing time for Caris LeVert, Terrence Mann, Vic Krejci. The odds are going to reflect this. We're talking about a guy that takes 6.2 threes per game, making 2.3 of them per game with a 37% shooting percentage from behind the arc. And obviously we're talking a guy that's going to get more opportunity in this one to go along with the misprice on FanDuel Sportsbook at only minus 111. This is a phenomenal price. We're getting minus 135 DeVig odds, bringing in sharp sportsbooks such as a Pinnacle, such as a Draftkings, such as a Bet Online. All of these different sports books indicating to us this is simply mispriced. And then we go ahead and we use Outliers Insights feature. Caris LeVert has exceeded 1.5 three-pointers in 4 of his last 5 games on the road, averaging 2.4 three-pointers per game and 80% hit rate. Those Outlier Insights helping us to feel even more confident about this particular play. And I will once again say it's my favorite play on the video, guys. A 2-unit play, 5-star play, the over 1.5 three-pointers made. Keeping in mind my expectation for the hit rate of this prop, my expectation that it's going to win at a much higher rate than the other ones I've promoted, and the misprice, right? So this is the kind of thing that I want to do in my premium content, the kind of thing I want to do in the free content to kind of guide you in the right direction. The over 1.5 three-pointers made at minus 111. Combination of expected to win at a high rate and mispriced, in my opinion, is what makes me feel very confident about telling you to go ahead and put 2 units. So if you're someone that typically plays $10, I'd give you permission to play $20. If you're someone that plays, $5, play $10. It does not mean it is guaranteed to win, but it does mean it has a high likelihood to win, and you are getting the best bang for your buck. So that should it go south, you're not getting ripped off and losing more than you should be, which long-term is very, 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 very important. So keep that in mind when you play that. Great price on that one. Then we got Memphis taking on Utah, Cleveland taking on Portland, OKC taking on Sacramento to round things out on the slate today. 3 more games. We'll go ahead and speed it up and get through these. Memphis taking on Utah. I mentioned speeding things up. However, I was able to find 2 plays that I really do like, one on DraftKings and one on FanDuel in this game. So I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a 2-for-1 special in this one. We will start things off with the DraftKings side of things with the Zach Edey over 7.5 rebounds at a plus 125 price tag compared to minus 103 across the entire market. You are getting a very good bang for your buck on this particular prop. Simply a misprice. We are seeing a little bit of a price adjustment here in real time, as I can see on the back end with Outlier that I'll be bringing up. But regardless, still looking very, very good at a plus 120. And it is available on both sportsbooks in DraftKings and FanDuel, actually, with this updated data. So it's even more of an opportunity to go ahead and climb onto this play. At minus 101 DeVig odds on sharper books, such as a Pinnacle, plus 120, it should not be at a plus price tag. Zach Edey has exceeded 7.5 rebounds in 5 of his last 6 games on the road, averaging 8.7 rebounds per game on those. Once again, those Outlier insights being brought in. Talking about a guy that's getting 14.5 rebounding chances per game in a matchup against a Utah team that against the center position is giving up 12.3. And once again, plus 120 on DraftKings and FanDuel plus odds compared to the minus odds across multiple other sharper sportsbooks is what makes this play very intriguing. So go ahead and take advantage of that one here for the next play. And then the other play that I want to talk about is keep in mind there is no Ja Morant in this one tonight. So with no Ja Morant, there should be more on-ball handling duties for a guy in Desmond Bane. And I was able to go ahead and detect another phenomenal one here. This time we're talking FanDuel Sportsbook and we're talking assists because we once again do have some more plus odds, but a simple misprice. And that's going to be his 6.5 assists at a plus 122 price tag, 6.72% VIG, plus 102 odds across 3 other sharper sportsbooks, Pinnacle, DraftKings, BetOnline, all of which. And then you look at the matchup. Utah 29th overall in the entire league, giving up 29.1 assists per game to their opponents. They have been awful defensively. We're getting a phenomenal price tag here on the Desmond Bane over 6.5 assists, plus 124 at the time of doing my research, preparing to get this out to you guys in real time. We are seeing that he is priced at plus 122. Not bad at all. We'll still take it. We're still looking at that 3% EV edge here with the plus 116 fair value. We're getting the plus 122 value over on FanDuel Sportsbook. So a 2-for-1 special there. Take advantage of the Desmond Bane over 6.5 assists. No Ja Morant. Should be plenty of opportunities for him to dish out the assists in a phenomenal matchup with more on-ball handling duties. Lock it in and feel good about it. Cleveland taking on Portland, going to be the next game here that we will break down. 2 more to go over on this slate here tonight. No Donovan Mitchell. We got some full-on injury news kind of confirmed here, though, so we kind of know where we're going in this one. And a lot of guys out on the Portland side, most notably. You can see no Ayton, Cisco, Williams, Grant. Should be more usage to go around, and I want to talk about a guy in Anthony Simons who loves to shoot the ball from behind the arc and who is at a nice price over on FanDuel Sportsbook, brought to you by Outlier. Once again, guys, plus 110 odds in real time. I want to be taking his over 3.5 3-pointers tonight with minus 109 to VIG odds over on Pinnacle, DraftKings, BetOnline, all these companies that I'm bringing in here with a 2.31% EV, plus 105 fair value. We're getting plus 110 here in real time when I was doing my research prior to this video. Was getting in at 112, so a slightly less appealing price tag. But I mean, hey, we're talking like 2. It's not a big deal. Still a phenomenal play here. And you see all the data, him hitting this at a 50% hit rate over his last 10. We go to his 3-pointers attempted per game, 9.8 3-pointers per game, where he's making 3.8 per game. So he's essentially making 4 per game. That's exactly what we're going to need out of him tonight. He's listed as a shooting guard here in Outlier. Cleveland, he does play the point guard position, giving up 3.2 to the point guard, 4.1 to the shooting guard. So, hey, everything kind of adding up here for him to have some success in this one. And then last but certainly not least, we got a little bit of a long shot in this one. We do have some pending injury news. Malik Monk is listed as questionable. He has sat out 2 games in a row with an illness. We're going to kind of hope he's out when it comes to this play. I'm kind of thinking he's going to be in. But regardless, it's going to be good value. It is going to be a bit of a long shot here at plus 162 odds. But once again, we're getting really good bang for our buck. And it's going to be the DeMar DeRozan over 5.5 assists, plus 162 compared to 137 across the market. Really popping. Plus 153 fair odds here. Taking on an OKC defense that versus the small forward position has been pretty brutal. They are a very tough defense. From a matchup perspective, this one's not going to look pretty. But that's baked into the odds. Once again, just keep in mind, if you're learning or whatever, the plus money going to pay out more, less likelihood to hit, but it's baked into the price that you're paying. So as long as you're not getting ripped off on the price, you're price shopping, make sure you get the best deal. That's where this is going to come into play here. And you can see he's had some big spike games, 10 assists, 8, 7, 10, 7. So that's what we're aiming for here. 11 potential assists per game. The opportunities certainly are there. We just need his teammates to be knocking down the shots. And plus 162 is the most appealing part of this play. So DeMar DeRozan over 5.5 assists, plus 162 on FanDuel. They're giving us really long shots. I mean, you put down 100, it's 162 out. So you're getting good bang for your buck, a good deal. That's what we want on these plays. So that will be all from me, guys. Shout out to Outlier for every single one of these plays. If you do not have their tools, once again, 7 days completely free with the link down below. So take advantage of that offer. And if you want access to every single one of my plays, these plays that I'm breaking down in these videos, once again, I do only have the Platinum member package when it comes to the DraftKings and the FanDuel bets. But if you want a $49.99 per month option, that's just DraftKings Sportsbook, FanDuel Sportsbook, those sports bets compared to my DFS side of things, let me know in the comments, and I can make it happen. I just need to know that people want it. Thank you for tuning in. Wishing you guys all the very best of luck on your NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.